Watching Picture This New Media. My name's Halal Ernie, and I'm going to go over today or tomorrow's new comic book day haul, which will probably be this will be uploaded tomorrow on YouTube, so it'll be today's comic book day. What not haul, but what I plan on getting and stuff. So let's go over that. This will be for January 11th, 2023, the second week of the new year. And we're going to be going through this first row here. This first row, I am going to only be getting one, and that's Something is Killing the Children, number 28 by Boom Studios. It's a really great story. I haven't caught up on it 100%. I think I'm at like number 24 right now. So far behind on all my comics, but it's still a 100% recommended, and yeah, definitely like what's going on here. We got The Flash 790, not much of a Flash fan, haven't heard much of anything on it. The Amazing Spider-Man number 17, it's coming in with some dark web variant covers, but it's got a tie-in too. The Zeb Wells is a writer, so it's nothing, it's not, at least it's not the other guy. Got Daredevil number 7 and Moon Knight number 19. I'm gonna skip those, but Daredevil and Moon Knight, I've heard Daredevil's been doing alright. Moon Knight's been hit or miss. The X-Men's been definitely a miss, and so has Wonder Woman. Wolverine number 29 is also coming out. I'm gonna skip all these, and this is the only one I'm gonna get. We got this row coming up. It's got Marvel Comics Star Wars Darth Vader number 30. For the people who like that series, I'm sure they're gonna keep loving it. I'm going to skip this one, and it's the same with Ghost Rider. The Marvel Comics one I am gonna be picking is Carnage number 9. It's a lot more tame story than what we're used to in the past when it comes to Carnage, but at the same time it's still pretty gruesome for what Marvel has put out lately, and he's collecting powers and such, so it's really cool. It's really cool. I definitely recommend this one. Get this one, catch up on it for sure. 100%. Human Target number 10. I'm not sure much on that one. The Miles Morales Spider-Man. For fans of the Miles Morales one, it's a pretty good comic, but it's not really the best out there. We've got Cody Ziegler as a writer. I've not heard of him or much on this team, but except for maybe the cover artist. But yeah, as far as quality from it, don't expect much, but expect some teenage element hype to it. Next up is the Batman and Joker, the Deadly Duo, issue number 3. I'm going to get if possible, if my funds allow me to. There's 100% of people who have reviewed it liked it, so it is a good take on this one. I really love the issue. The first one I read. The second one I haven't caught up on, so I will have to catch up on it before I pick it up. I'll probably read it in the morning, make sure it's worth it, but as far as I'm concerned, it pretty much is. Next up is Batman Urban Legends issue number 23. I'm gonna skip it. It's $7.99. It's the final showdown. If you like this series, it's good enough for you, but I'm gonna skip it. I'm gonna get Gunslinger Spawn number 16. It's coming in at $2.99 from Image Comics. I'd highly recommend this series. He's the least strongest Spawn, but is also the coolest in my opinion. We've got Legion of X issue number 9 by Marvel Comics, so I'm gonna skip that. Predator number 6, I'm gonna skip that, but I'm gonna recommend it to Predator fans because as far as when it comes to Predator Marvel, they actually don't disappoint the fans all that often. And with Ed Brisson, you don't have really too much of a controversial writer on there. It's sure to hit the mark. Mary Jane and Black Cat, number 2, I'm going to skip it. Just from the cover art alone, that is just as cringy as, good lord. Lazarus Planet Alpha number 1 by DC Universe, DC Comics. So I got distracted. It's a story of Xena and the Monkey King change the world following the explosive, literally, events of Batman and Robin number 4. The Lazarus volcano has erupted, spewing dangerous and transformative chemicals into Earth's atmosphere. Alright, this sounds like a interesting environmental one. It's $5.99. It's a one shot, so it might be worth getting, especially if you want to finish up your issue number 4 there. Next up is Black Panther number 13 by Marvel Comics. I'm going to do a hard pass. Boom Studios Grimm number 7. I am going to do a hard buy. That one's really good. I like that one. It's about this woman who has the powers of a Death Reaper, a Grim Reaper, whatever they call it in this comic. But yes, highly recommended. Really good story, kind of like an anime plot story, basically. Really cool thing they're going for. Highly recommended. These two I'm going to skip. I Am Batman, Captain... Hi, Spacer, thanks for following. I appreciate that. Appreciate the follow. Thanks for watching, and yeah. Hope you enjoy my my comic suggestions. I'm going to be playing some game later. I'm going to be playing Elden Ring later, but I'm going to be grinding on my weed shop a little bit before that. I just got to get through this week of comic books, and then I'll start playing. Next up is Little Monsters, issue number 9. Now this one's really good. I'm not caught up on it in particular, but it's these vampire kids that are basically raised by these adults that kind of hide in the shadows, and yeah, it seems to be that their human captors are gonna bring the truth to them. So yeah, definitely recommend this one. I would catch up on it though. Let's see if there's a trade paperback on it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't look like it, but let's double check. Okay, yeah, there is a trade paperback on it, and it goes 1 through 6, so you can get 1 through 6. When did that come out? Okay, it came out a long time ago. They don't have a number 2 yet. Let me see if they have a coming up with number 2. No, they don't have it yet. So it'll be coming out soon. But yeah, definitely get this one. Really good. Next up is Star Wars The High Republic, issue number 4. I am going to skip that one. I don't really like the what's going on in the High Republic storyline. It just seems so. I don't know. I can't get into it. I just can't get into it. It's just the time of peace. There's nothing really cool going on. It's just a lot of politics, and it's kind of boring. It's really boring. It didn't capture me. Next up is Danger Street by DC Comics, issue number 2. I passed through this the first time, but it seems like it might be something good, and I'll recommend it. It's joining the Justice League is a goal for many superheroes, but what happens when a quest for membership takes a sinister turn? Join Starman and Metamorpho, a warlord, as they look to prove themselves worthy by summoning and defeating Darkseid in battle. Soon they'll learn. Soon they'll learn that calling upon a new god never ends well, and their world is headed for crisis as a result. That journey will save the day. To save the day will be treacherous, one filled with princesses, knights, and all kinds of monsters. Each person the heroes encounter plays a crucial role in sprawling yet gripping narrative that is a little bit silly and a whole lot of dark. And completely cool. Expect the unexpected with supporting cast featuring Manhunter, Lady Cop, and the Green Team and the Creeper. So it's got a really cool storyline. I am going to skip it personally just because I don't have the budget to fit this one in. I really wish I could, but I do recommend this one, and I'll add it to my wish list. I'll pull it too just in case I remember it. But yeah, definitely I recommend that one for sure. Definitely get that one. Savage Avengers number 9. I'm gonna skip that one. Miss Marvel Dark Web tie-in. I'm gonna skip that one. Really disappointed with the way they displayed a Muslim lady in that, and yeah, it's just sad. Sad. What's it called? Tokenism, and basically they're trying to capture a target that's very personal, and you have her doing non-Muslim stuff, and it just crosses some boundaries, and it makes it's just not. It's just I don't like it. I don't like it. Batman Incorporated number 4. I heard that one's actually a decent one. Let's see who the writer is. Ed Brisson. See, people are liking it, but it's got a low score, so maybe it's just some haters, but yeah, actually heard some good things about this one, so I was surprised when I saw that 87. And that's low for this website, because there's a lot of people that that do a lot of let's say white knighting for their favorite Marvel and DC superheroes here. There's not a lot of image or scout nerds on here, independent nerds. Anyways, 10,000 Black Feathers, issue number 5. I'm going to get it if I have it in my budget. It's a really interesting story thus far, and it's a really good story by what's his name? Jeff Lemire. I love this writer. He writes excellent stories, and it's the finale. It's pretty much like a dark fantasy. Yeah, well, it is a dark fantasy, but I don't know. I'll get this one just to complete it. I think I didn't know it was a finale, so I'm definitely gonna get that one. Put it on my want list so I can remember to get it. Bloodstained Teeth. I do recommend this one. I did have it on my pull list, but I think I'm just gonna wait for the trade paperback ones to come out. I'll recommend you do the same too before you catch up on this one. See if you like it, and if you don't like it, you can donate it to a used comic book shop, and other people enjoy it. Excuse me. Next we have WildC.A.T.S, issue number 3 by DC Comics. Now, I was pleasantly surprised by this one. Uh, Knowing that Grifter and a lot of these other comic book heroes uh, came from Image Comic properties. I did not know that until I researched this a little bit, and boy oh boy, they do a really good job of capturing the style, the way that they draw the attitude really well, as they did from the at least from the covers that I saw, and some of the panels that I saw, and the images that I saw of past Wildcats. And it's a DC property now, so that's kind of got a blow against it, but it's got a good story so far. It's not lame. um, it's a little, things happen for the sake of happening sometimes. It's a little lazy writing, but it's the story itself is interesting. It's keeping me interested, and that's why it surprised me. So we'll see if it continues to surprise me, and if it disappoints me by issue number 3, I'll let you guys know. But so far I've been pleasantly surprised by issue 1 and 2. Next up is Monaco Rambeau, Photon number 2. I'm going to skip that. Avengers War Across Time, issue number 1. Let's see if it's like a Silver Age thing, or Thor, Iron Man, Captain America, Giant Man and the Wasp, Classic Avengers. So it's a Classic Avengers thing. It's not a reprint, but well, maybe. Okay, yeah, it's just a mini-series with Paul Levitz as a writer, so a lot of people might like this. $5.99, so give it a shot. I recommend that if you like the Avengers. Not my cup of tea, but if you're an Avengers fan, there you go. So all right there for you. Yeah, I'll even keep it as a want, I'll look out for it if I ever catch a number 1 again, because I don't know. I'll see if I can get it for cheaper than $5.99 though. Next up is The Mandalorian Star Wars number 7. If you've seen the show, you don't need the comic book. Next up is Image Time Before Time, issue number 19. Now I have not caught up to 19. I am like in part 11. But I'm gonna keep rooting for it and keep wanting and recommending it. I should probably switch to trade paperback by now, but my comic book shop hasn't got these ones yet, so I'll start looking for them. But well, I need to figure this out. But this is definitely one I recommend, and I think you should get this one. It's got such an intricate story. If you like time travel, if you like robots, the art is really sketchy and scratchy. It's not the best quality of art that you can see in the background, but it's got soul into it. It's got such a good story. I highly recommend it, and it's starting a new arc. This is the 4th arc to this time travel series, so I'm far behind, as I can plainly see. And yeah, I definitely, this is something I highly recommend, and definitely get this. This is gonna be a collector's item to own. I definitely see this one being a collector's item for everybody. So get this one while you get the chance. Next up, we got Dark Ride by Skybound in Image Comics. So I'm going to skip it, but highly recommend it, especially if you like dark horror fantasy. Next up is Black Coke by Image Comics. I read this last week, and it's Eisner Award-winning writer Kelly Thompson heads to Image Comics. Alright, we'll skip all that. So Blade Runner style mixed with saga-esque drama and a delectable fantasy sci-fi blend as two black cloaks try to solve the murder of a beloved princess in Kyros, the last city in the known world. Before his murder tips into the city into war, the mystery begins in spectacular triple-length first issue for $4.99. Writers by Kelly Thompson. Oh. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about this. Kelly Thompson. She wrote. Let me. Yeah, she wrote the Gem. She wrote Captain Marvel. Crap. Oh no. Well, I'll give it a chance. You know. Can't be too bad. Can't be all bad. She did the Amazing Spider-Man. She did It's Jeff. Let's see. That's cool that she did Gem in the holograms. She did Spider-Man and Venom. Heart in a Box. What? Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm cool with her. She did Silver Coin too. Yeah, we're cool. We're cool. There's like a lot of good ones and bad ones. I don't know. I'll give it a chance. I think she's gonna surprise me. I think she will. It's the Nancy Drew. She liked Esther liked the Nancy Drew ones. So yeah. We'll give it a shot. Next up is The Dead Lucky, issue number 5 by Image Comics. I'm going to skip it, but I'm going to recommend it. Next up is Spawn, Unwanted Violence, issue number 1. Now, though, I am going to, of course, highly recommend it because I'm such a simp for Spawn, of course. But this is a miniseries premiere, and it is $4.99, unlike the normal $2.99 you would get as from a Spawn series. Information can be one of the most valuable resources in the world. It can also be one of the most difficult to obtain. Luckily for Spawn, he has the Freak. The Freak is a master of getting what he needs out of the subject. That is, the Freak works at extracting the whereabouts of File F out witnesses an act of senseless violence, one that he can't ignore. The writing of Todd McFarlane meets incredible art with Mike Del Mundo. Yeah, this sounds like it's gonna be pretty cool. Pretty excited about this one. They're a little mean on that. Yeah, Todd's writing can be a little off sometimes, but maybe he's just tired of writing, drawing, who knows. I'll still give it a shot because I'm a Spawn simp and he knows he'll get Spawn simps like me. At least one issue. Alright. Next up we have Star Wars: The High Republic, Adventures, number 2. I'm gonna skip that. Nemesis Reloaded by Myral World. I don't know if we're gonna get this one, but I'll cover it just in case. The world's most evil comic book is back. Who is Nemesis, and why does an eccentric billionaire who is dressed up in a mask and cape want to terrorize people instead of helping them? Isn't that how it's supposed to go? Trigger warning, too violent and too cruel for some. Huh. Well. Damn. Alright. Looks like I added one to the pull list. Full series. Highly recommend, and check that out if... Oh, it's by Image Comics. Okay, yes, it's definitely gonna be at my comic book shop. So, yeah, get it. Get it, get it, get it. Next up is Batman, The Adventures Continue, Season 3, Issue number 1. It's a kind of a touch of the old Batman, so I'd highly recommend this one. I'll put this on my want list. I won't put it on my pull list, but we'll see what it's about. Just it's Muscle Out. It's Paul Dini is the writer. So yeah, definitely good for kids and everything like that. Just not something I'm excited to pull off the shelf. Batman and Scooby-Doo Mysteries I am, though, this one right here. Specs I heard was really good, so I'm going to recommend that one. Tiger Division I'm going to skip. Against all Against All I'm going to get and highly recommend. And I'm going to get that one if money provides. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur I'm going to skip. Pretty much Mindset I'm going to get. I believe this one might be the last of it. Let me see. Yeah, this is going to be the finale, so to be honest, it's all right. I can't really recommend it all that great. It's an average one. It really is average, but it's got amazing, beautiful art. It's fantastic art, really psychedelic. It's beautiful. I mostly bought it for the art. I'll admit it, but the story is very convoluted and very out there, and I get lost in a little bit, but it's good. It's a good story. Next one is The Ones. I'm gonna skip this one. I'm gonna skip this whole row, the rest of this row. But I do recommend Two Graves. Two Graves is a good one. Blade Runner, I haven't heard anything on it. It didn't come out whenever it showed up in my comic book shop, so I couldn't get the chance to rate it. I did rate Gospel number 1, and I'm hoping Gospel number 3 comes out. I did read number 2 online for free. It's alright. The least we can do, skip it. It's not good. Looney Tunes is coming out. That'd be a good one for the kids. Crashing by IDW is possibly one of the only good ones of their personal original IPs. So I'd recommend that. End After End was pretty good. I recommend that as well. I'm going to skip it personally. Vampirella Mind Warp I'm going to recommend, but I'm going to skip, I'm going to get it. Rick and Morty Crisis on C137. I am over Rick and Morty comic books, honestly. There's just there's too many, and I get tired of them. Red Sonia, Hell Sonia, I'm going to get it if it comes out. Last time my comic book shop didn't have it, so hopefully it does this time. Kamen Rider 01, I'm going to skip it, but I recommend it if you've seen the anime and you like it. Assassin's Apprentice, I wanted to get number 1, but that was the day that day happened where this one didn't show up and this one didn't show up, so uh, we'll see. I'll put this one on my wall. I want to pull this just in case. The Billionaire Island Cult of Dogs, it's alright. It's alright. Godzilla, I'll always recommend. Um, it's the only thing I highly recommend from IDW other than Kanto. Uh, Revolvers by Top Cow Productions. I'll recommend it, but I'm gonna skip it. Uh, this one, I don't know. It's a little too silly for me. Godzilla Rivals vs. Rodan. Of course, like I said, I'll always recommend a Godzilla property. I love Godzilla. This one and these ones don't show up at my comic book shop anymore. Um, these ones don't show up. Antarctic, except for My Little Pony. Of course, I'm not a My Little Pony fan, so I'm gonna skip that one. Antarctic Press sometimes comes, but I'll skip it if that one comes. Ablaze, Far Cry, Esperanza's Tears. I'll recommend it, but I'm probably not gonna get it. Captain Suave by Scout Comics. That's a hard pass for me. Monsters of Metal, Krampus in Concert. It sounds funny and cute, but I'm gonna skip that one. But I'll recommend it to all my metalheads out there. Lost Souls, Haywire, issue number 1. Let's see what this is about. It's by Scout. It's $7.99, so more than likely I'm gonna skip it. But Bob is a psychiatrist for robots. A psychiatrist who hates his job. Yeah, never mind. Hard pass. West Moon. This one by Scout Comics, so I highly recommend it. It is very, very good. Very, very, very good. It's $4.99, and yeah, pretty far apart from the last time it sold. So yeah, definitely highly recommend get this one. Yeah, West Moon Chronicle. I'll let you guys know what number 1 was about. The elusive creatures of mud and blood known as the Dokebi live just off Route 4 in East Texas in the ancient pine forest known as Tangle Chase. Junhoo, a Korean immigrant with a shadowy past, and his estranged grandson Jae-sun are the only people in the nearby town of Vane who know the true nature of the Dokebi. Together they must figure out what's causing the creatures to turn hostile. Perhaps it's something to do with the interdimensional portal at the heart of Tangle Chase. For it is from here that the past comes knocking, demanding a reckoning from both men. So yeah, that one, I recommend that one for sure. I'm gonna put that on my pull list. Thud, it was, I didn't like it, and the double vision stuff. If Manga Z comes out, I'll get it, but other than that, that's gonna do it for this this episode. Thanks so much for watching, and I'm gonna continue on to my next task.